Hi guys, my name is Moses and I've come here to interpret what a bill is and comparing the Public Order Act of 1955 and the Public Gathering Bill of 2026. So, first of all, we have to define what a bill is. Most of the people don't know what a bill is. So for you to know what a Public Gathering Bill is, what the Public Order Act is, you first have to know what a bill is, isn't it? So a bill is any proposal to the law. So it's a proposal that is still being discussed and debated and might be or might not be a law. That's the easiest definition of a bill. So because we now know what a bill is, so we have to compare the law that we have today, the one which is in the Constitution, the supreme law of the land, and the one that is still being debated, which is a bill. So today we live under this law called the Public Order Act 1955. It was made in 1955 and it has lasted for 71 years. Did you know that? Most people don't know about that. So that law, it speaks about how people will gather and assemble. That law was made in 1955, like I said earlier, and that time we were not yet an independent country. So the colonial masters made that law for us and it has stood for 71 years without being changed. So like those guys really didn't want us to gather and assemble. So that law would state that for anyone to have a gathering or a meeting, you would have to inform the police. And definitely, because they did not want us to be independent, they would restrict those rights for us to assemble or gather. So it wasn't really specific on what a gathering is, but you would definitely have to go through the police, and the police would either reject or accept. But with the new bill, the Public Gathering Bill 2026, which states that what a public gathering is. A public gathering is a meeting, procession involving 7 or more people. So 7 or more people, that is a public gathering. 6 or less is not a public gathering. So when you have 7 or more people, you have to go to the police and notify them saying you're going to have a public gathering 5 days before the day of your gathering. So the police will have to acknowledge your application within 24 hours and 3 days before the day, 3 days before, 3 days, 3 days, yes, 3 days after you notify the police, they will have to give you an approval or they will deny. So now the police it's a must for them to either accept or deny. They can't stay quiet, because if they stay quiet, then it becomes automatic for you guys to have that gathering. So the police will have it in a written form and tell you the reasons why you have not been given access to gather. It might be, I don't know, but that's up to the police now. So the police now have the right to answer to your cries to gather, and they now have to give you a reason why not, or they have to give you the license to gather 7 or more. Then the same bill has what we call the Firearm Act. So the firearm, it talks about how people should not carry firearms in public. What do you think? I think it's actually good. Why should someone have a firearm in public, a civilian? If you're not a law enforcement agent, not a soldier, I don't see the essence of you carrying a gun in public where other people are not armed. We do not want our country to be like violent in such ways. So I love that part. I really love it. And then on the firearms, it talks about what a firearm is. A firearm or a weapon. It says a firearm is anything that can cause injury, death, or threaten the life of a fellow human being, whoever it is. So there it might be a gun, it might be a knife, it might be a machete, it might be an axe, because they all cause harm. and threaten the life of a fellow human being. I love that part. I really love that part. But the debatable part most people are talking about is the 7 or more people together. I don't know, but that's for everyone to have an opinion, because democracy is for the people. And that's the part I had for you today. But I think there's a little part I've left out. Watch the next video to know what is still going to be discussed in the public gathering bill. This is all I had for you. It's your boy Moses. Check you out.